Nobody wakes up one day and decides just to settle. It happens one unanswered question at a time, one not yet at a time, one let me wait and see at the time. Life you want is waiting on the decision you kind of like almost keep making. Well, today, I hope that my job, my mission, my goal, that we can change that today. I want to tell you something to let you know you're not alone. There were moments on this journey where I almost stopped, not because I ran out of ideas, not because I didn't believe in the work, but because I looked around at what everyone else was doing. And I started asking myself a question. First of all, I had no business asking myself this question, meaning, am I doing this right? Everyone around me was talking about certifications, CAPM, PMP, templates, artifacts. And listen, those do matter. And I mean that in the next few months, matter of fact, I'm going to take you through some CAPM training because it has been highly requested. And yes, that credential can change your career. But here's what I couldn't ignore. Nobody was talking about who you were becoming while you were studying. Nobody was asking what happens to your mindset when you're in environments that doesn't respect your role. Nobody was showing you how to lead real projects with real people who, well, they don't follow the playbook. I wanted both the credentials and the person that was holding it. And when I started going down that road, well, people started looking at me sideways. Who do you think you are? You think you are a motivator now? Let me guess. You're trying to be Les Brown. Oh, not Les Brown. You're trying to be Eric Thomas. And I had to sit with that longer than I should have. Because when the numbers aren't there yet, those voices get loud. And the question marks get even louder. Maybe they're right. Maybe this is what people want. Maybe I should just do what everyone else is doing and just leave this alone. I almost answered that question the wrong way. And what I know now that I didn't fully understand then is that moment wasn't a sign I was wrong. It was a test. And a test whether I actually believed in what I was saying, because you can't teach people to trust the process if you quit on your own in the moments it gets very uncomfortable for you. So if you're sitting there right now with that question mark about your direction, your lane, or your voice, hear this before we go any further. The life you claim that you want is waiting on a decision you keep almost making. Principle number one, question marks keep you in preparation mode way too long. We've all been there. It feels responsible. I get it. You're prepping. I get it. It feels like you're almost getting ready. But at some point, preparation really starts to feel like you know what you're doing. You're actually hiding out. You're hiding out from your goals. You're hiding out from what you claim you said that you wanted to be. You're hiding from the individual that you said you was going to show up and deliver. I know what you did. You probably made that whole thing that we all do on the first of the year. We say, you know what, I'm about to lose 10 pounds, or you know what, I'm going to write that book. Okay, maybe I'm talking about my life. You might as well come to enjoy me. Just sit in the passenger side. But why does this matter? You get comfortable not moving forward. And once that happens, you stop chasing progress and start protecting comfort. Experiment with these actual tips. If you looked at it twice, please act. No third round thinking here. Next one, pair learning with action. Don't consume without executing. Here's my professional advice. If it's not leading to movement, it's not preparation. It is actually delay. And while you're thinking you're just taking your time, something else is kind of happening behind the scenes. Principle number two, indecision is still a decision. Just one is costing you a little bit more. See, not choosing doesn't protect you. It just delays the outcome while everything else keeps moving. Why is this important, or why does this even matter? Opportunities don't wait for readiness. They just move. And timing matters more than people admit. Experiment with these actual tips. Time box decisions, 24 to 48 hours, as long as it's not life altering or changing. But we need to make a decision. We need to stop making choices. We actually need to make a decision. Next one. I want you to ask this question. What does waiting another month cost me? Oh, that hurts. That hurts. Here's my professional advice, fam. You don't need to be right. You need to be decisive. There's a huge difference between being right and being decisive. And I get it. When you keep choosing not to choose, it starts shaping your life. Principle number three, not choosing is how people slowly, well, they just basically settle. Nobody chooses being average outright. They drift into it. One safe decision at a time. One, I'll do that tomorrow at a time. One, you know what? This happened, so I'll just wait and put it to the side. I know I done put up to your front door. Do you mind if I knock on the door because I'm coming in? Let me explain. Why does it matter? Settling feels like safety in the moment. And that's what makes it is so dangerous. Experiment with these actual tips. Audit your last 5 decisions. You see, I said decisions, not choices, because we make a lot of choices, but we can only make decisions. What does decision mean? We're cutting off everything else. So going back to this, audit your last 5 decisions, growth or comfort. I want you to label it like that. Next one, choose the option that stretches you. Here's my professional advice, family. If everything feels comfortable, I'm going to be honest with you. Matter of fact, you mind if I be transparent with you? You're not growing. And I know it's not just affecting you internally, it's affecting what comes towards you. Principle number 4, clarity attracts, confusion repels. See, clarity, it pulls in opportunities. Confusion, it pushes it away. It's almost like the Heisman. Can I hit you with it? So why does it matter? People don't follow uncertainty. They move with someone that has a directive and a direction, makes a decision, not a choice, looks at an opportunity and say, why not? Where someone else is looking at it and gives every reason why it won't work. Well, we can go into that another story. Experiment with these actionable tips. Replace I'm thinking with here's what I'm doing next. Next one, define your lane in one clear sentence. Here's my professional advice, family. You don't need all the answers. You just need to put one foot in front of the other, and that's your next move. And when you're not clear, people don't just hesitate. They question. Principle number 5, question marks attract second guessing from others. People feel when you're uncertain and they respond by questioning you. So you really think you're about to do that? Why are you doing that? Who you think you are to be able to do that? See, this is why it matters, because perception drives trust. Even if you're capable, I want you to experiment with these actionable tips. Decide before speaking in leadership moments. Next one, anchor decisions with clear reasoning. Here's my professional advice. If you don't define direction, I promise you, 100% guarantee someone else will question it every moment, every second, every hour that they can. And over time, that doesn't just affect decision, it affects how people actually see you. Principle number 6, your hesitation trains people how to treat your leadership. Your behavior, it teaches people how to respond to you. Your hesitation, it creates hesitation. Why is it important? See, leadership is what people experience consistently, not what you say. Experiment with these actual tips. Be decisive in small daily moments. Next one, close your statements with clear, actionable next steps. Here's my professional advice, family. You're always training people how to treat you. Be intentional about what you're teaching, but let's be fair. Sometimes it's just not you. Principle number 7, the wrong environment amplifies your question marks louder than you would ever know. Some environments feed doubt instead of clarity. I've been there. Some environments feed doubt instead of clarity. Oh, that's so good. Let's say it one more time. Sometimes some environments feed doubt instead of clarity. Why did I repeat that 3 times, family? I want you to understand. I want to implore upon you that sometimes that you can be in environments, personally or professionally, that where you think that it is you. And yes, you have something to do with it because you allowed yourself to stay in that environment way too long. I'm not telling you to run or hide from tough situations, but what I am telling you to do is use discernment when you know the environment is not setting you up for success. When they use when they use criticism as disguise for what they're calling feedback. But you've seen that episode before. If you haven't, you need to check it out. Why is this important? You start thinking you're the problem when it's actually the environment. Here's my actionable tips. Evaluate. Here's the question you want to ask. Is the environment growing you or is it shrinking you? Oh, that's heavy. Next one, build external clarity. One of the things I always say, even to this day, I don't talk about it. I actually live it as well. You need a mentor. Now, it can be a book as your mentor. It could be as a physical mentor, but you need a mentor. You need structure. Matter of fact, forget structure. You need a system in place to help you grow. These are things I'm asking you to experiment. I'm just telling you what has worked for me. Not everything prescribed always works for everyone else. So if you can't leave yet as well, start figuring out what your escape plan is. All right, I'll stop. Here's my professional advice, family. The right environment shapes you. The wrong environment, it confuses you. So at some point, it stops being about thinking and becomes about moving. Principle number 8, lessons don't respond to hesitation. They respond to movement. I don't know what else I can say. That's a mic drop right there, because if you know anything about blessing, that means this is when opportunity meets movement, not perfection. When you know anything about blessing, this is when opportunity shows up at your door. Even though you wasn't prepared, you were still ready to take it on. Okay, now you probably gonna start calling me a preacher, but I'm just giving you the facts. I'm not telling you something I heard. I'm telling you something that I experienced. Why is it important? The life you want is waiting on a decision. It's time to stop thinking, because your thinking, which is good, has gotten you in trouble because it's allowed you to outthink the opportunity that's been set before you. Here's the actual tips I love you to experiment with. Take one imperfect step today. Again, take one imperfect step today. Next one, commit before you feel ready. Here's my professional advice, family. You don't need to remove doubt. You need to stop obeying it. Here's the truth. You're not stuck because you don't have options. You're stuck because you keep questioning the ones that are actually in front of you. What's one decision you've been avoiding? Not thinking about it, not researching it, but avoiding. Make that move this week, this month, this year, because blessings don't respond to hesitation. They only respond to movement. Well, family, I hope you enjoyed today's episode. I go by the name of E. For all you smart and intelligent folks out there, that just simply means Ed. Until next time.